Hey everyone, this is Ross from ggCircuit, and today I'm going to be covering the arcade and creating League of Legends challenges. So if we head over to the events menu on the left hand side, we can see that I have some Fortnite challenges already set up, and I did cover in a previous video how to go about setting some of those challenges up. Today I'm going to be discussing League of Legends, and again I have a bunch of challenges that are here already. Some are non-repeatable, aka one-off challenges. And another one here is a daily challenge, which will simply repeat every day. So to create a League of Legends challenge, simply click the button on the top right, and you can either choose one of these templates as a starting point, or you can create one from scratch. For this video, I'm going to focus on using one of the templates to explain how this works. So we can easily browse the templates to see roughly what these challenges are about. So this one is a challenge that's specifically for jungle players in League of Legends and rewards points based on playing well in that type of role. So I'm going to use this template, and you can see that all of the formula information has been pre-filled, but I want to make some changes to that formula, so I'm going to go ahead and edit it, and we can talk about how it works. So initially we can see that I'm currently tracking in both the ranked modes. I'm going to change that to just normal modes. We are scoring by a complex formula, and here is the current formula. So in the formula system, we have parameters and multipliers. So the parameters are different variables, and we add those points together to get the basic score, and then we multiply that by another parameter, which is the multiplier. So we can have any number of either parameters or multipliers to decide what the formula is. Now in this case, we're awarding 1 point for every kill. So the kills number is multiplied by 1 to get that number. That is then added to assists. So this challenge is actually awarding more points for assists, but is subtracting half a point for each death. But it is also awarding half a point for just farming in the jungle, as well as adding additional points for damage to objective damage dealt, so the Dragon, Baron, or the Rift Herald. We're also awarding points for wards and points for the win with no multiplier on either mode, so they're both the same. So what we could do, for example, is add in all 4 modes, but make it so that the ranked modes have a higher multiplier, so that everyone can participate in this challenge, no matter what game mode that they play between these 4, but more points can be earned by playing in one of the ranked modes. So let's say we want to make a change to this formula. We want to add in perhaps another parameter. We can click on the Add Parameter button, and then we can look at all of the available data points. These come from the Riot API, and as you can see, there are just dozens and dozens of different data points for which we can add to or tweak our formula. So for example, we have wards placed. We could also put wards killed, and we can have that as fixed, which means that if we have a target of 20 wards being killed, then that could award some points. Or we can have a range, such as the objective player score here, so the more wards that are killed, the more points are attributed. And there's also overlap ascending or descending, so this could be used to award points based on reaching milestones, and for every milestone that is reached, more points are attributed. So for this example, I'm going to go for, I'll just go for fixed. So let's say that the target for this challenge is to get 25 wards killed. And then we can write that in plain English so it's easy for the end user to understand. Okay, and now we've added that as a parameter. But again, there are just so many parameters here that you'll be able to use these data points to construct challenges from scratch in any way that you think will be fun for your gamers. And there's just a wide variety of possibilities here, given that so many data points are tracked. And the last thing to do, as always, before completing the formula is to do a test, just to make sure that you're happy with the numbers that you put into the formula and that it's fair and balanced. And it's a good way to just check for errors before making it live. So we can pop in each of the variables here. So we're going to assume that the user has these numbers. We can check how that works out. So in this example, the user gets 5 points for getting 5 kills. 12 points for getting 8 assists, minus 1.5 points for the deaths, 27.5 points for farming well in the jungle, 5 points for the objective player score, 7.5 for the wards, 10 points for the winner. And here I can see this is obviously not what we want. This is not what we're going for. So we need to go back and just check what is wrong with this particular data point. Okay, so I can see here that I've made a mistake. I'm awarding 25 points for every ward that has been destroyed. So I can see that here that my intention was simply to award 25 points if 25 wards were destroyed, but the value of the parameter assigned is that I'm multiplying every ward killed by 25. So 10 wards killed is going to be 250 points. That's not what I was after. So that is what a fixed value selection will really do. So I need to change this to an exact range instead to achieve this desired result. So with the range, given that we're going for an exact number, we need to put the range be equal to 25. So if the user gets between 25 and 25, which is obviously 25, we want to multiply that by 1. Okay, and that means that if the user gets 25, they will have a multiplier of 1, which equals 25 points. Okay, and here we can see it's written for us. 25th to 25th equals wards killed, which will be 25 times 1. We can just go ahead and test that again. So let's first of all put in 12 wards killed. This gives us 0 points. That's what we expected, and change it to 25. And we get 25 points. Okay, so the formula is behaving as we expected. Okay, so now we're happy with the formula that has been chosen. We can go ahead and proceed to choosing the repeatability of this challenge. So I'm going to make it a little bit more custom this time. So this is going to be a daily challenge, which means that it will start and stop. Winners will be announced and awarded coins every day as a single daily entity, but we can make that automatically repeat on a schedule. So it starts at just after midnight and runs until almost midnight on a given day, so it runs all day. But we're going to make this just be a Thursday challenge. So every Thursday, perhaps in my venue, is a League of Legends night, and this is what we're going to do on Thursdays. And we can then say we're going to run this until the end of the year on a Thursday. So the end date will be the last Thursday in December. We can also choose to run this forever or after any number of individual occurrences. And again, let's set up the rewards. First place, 5,000 coins. Second to fifth, 2,500. And 6th to 10th. Okay, and the image and details are fine for me, so I'll just go ahead and complete the challenge. And that has now created the challenge. It will populate in the ggLeap client. It is now here as a daily, 20,000 coins up for grabs. We can also see it repeats daily on a Thursday, so that is correct. And the gamers can now see this as an upcoming challenge if it's not a Thursday, or they'll see it as an active challenge on a Thursday. Okay, and that's it for this video. Please leave any comments or suggestions below, and I'll see you on the next one.